Okay.
The Chips reboot is a documentary ironic name.
How, where on the doll Eric Estrada touch me is what they'll call it.
Where did Punch touch you?
Yeah. Poncharelli. Is it Rello or Relli? Poncharelli.
Poncharelli, yeah.
It's not Poncharello.
Sounds like Fonzarelli, though, doesn't it? Like,
yeah,
maybe
that might be what I'm doing.
Confused. Are we confused? Perhaps we are confused.
Hold on. What is that? Okay. I got to reply to Dunaway. So 4 p.m. PDT, unless we hear back that you can go earlier. Roger, Dodger. All right, just trying to arrange arranging shows with multiple people. Kind of pain in the ass. But whatever, it's worth it. Okay, here we go, dude. Let's do a show now. I think it's time.
Okay, all right. If we can, if you
dicking around.
Exactly. All right.
Sitting around baiting.
Go away.
Baiting. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm ready.
You're sure?
It's time. Yeah, it's time. There's no going back.
Okay.
Join us now, everybody, as it begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, sometimes you can't be fooled so easy.
Pepper spray, right back at you.
Nude photo leak not tied to server security breaches after all.
Ooh, Bieber charged with something new.
Jimmy Jameson is no more.
Recommendals.
Tom's Tech Time.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Do it up, at the up. Get that do it up feeling. Do it up.
Two great names in jeans do it up in style. With an exciting fall collection of denim and corduroy jeans in a rainbow of colors, Gloria Vanderbilt by Mershani and The Gap bring you the fit that stops traffic wherever you go.
Fall into the Gap.
Have a Gloria Vanderbilt fit at The Gap.
Gorgeous trash can.
The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream.
The Morning Stream. They mostly come in the morning. Mostly.
The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Stream. It's the Grumpy Hour with Grumpy Pants McGillicuddy and his sidekick, always happy Brian.
Are you grumpy again today?
I had a rough night. Up at 2:30 for no inexplicable reason. I think I ate weird, and yeah, I mean, you know, whatever. Here's the problem. I am facing decades of bad eating choices, and I'm eating much better now. Like, you know, I lost a bunch of weight. I'm in better shape than I've ever been. All this stuff's true, but I still have a hard time occasionally when I see something presented to me and I go, oh, I'll just have a little of that. But then before I know it, I've had a lot of that. And then before I know it, I've had a ton of that.
So it's not really the bad. I mean, it is bad eating choices, but it's not eating bad food. It's eating too much of bad food.
It's a volume problem.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, what's it like? It's just when I was younger, I could eat 50 pounds of pasta and walk away a happy man. Now, I can't do that anymore. But my brain still wants to do that.
Your brain still says, oh, that you know,
Yeah.
that 6-pack of Jell-O pudding singles in there isn't going to eat itself.
Yeah. It's funny because I was talking to Tom last night.
1 would be good, but 6 would be better.
6 would be way better. Or at least just not stopping at 1 is the feeling I usually get.
Yeah.
And I use weird excuses like, well, I don't have anything going on between now and midnight. I'll just eat this stupid thing I'm going to eat.
Oh, jeez.
You know, like it's just a terrible way to live. So I've got to, it's a mind switch. It's like it's a behavioral curve that I need to continue to try to improve on, which I'll do. But I got this text from Tom last night that was revealing because I said, hey, you up for a segment tomorrow on TMS? I know you're home now and probably kind of pooped from that whirlwind, and you were on every stage, every minute of the podcast track, it felt like.
He really was.
And he said, actually, I'm doing really surprisingly well. I said, oh, well, that must be some clean living. He goes, kind of. I just stopped partying like a 21-year-old. You'd be amazed the difference it makes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of it, except in my case, I need to stop eating like a 21-year-old.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the goal moving forward. May we all join hands together and face this as one. Brian, let's get into it.
All right.
It's
all right.
what the hell day is it? September
Wednesday.
3rd. Yeah.
When it is day?
When is a day? When's a day? You work until midnight on a Wednesday?
When's a day?
That's today. It's the 3rd.
And yet another crossword puzzle on my crossword puzzle a day calendar
that you didn't do.
I'm going to do right there.
Oh, by the way, did you see? I'm looking at our screens, and it reminded me of that new TMS Gifts Twitter account post this morning. Did you see that by chance?
Is that the one with Humongous from Road Warrior?
No, that one's good
Let's
too.
Get ready to rambo!
That one's pretty good too. But no, this one that I saw is a screen cap of us on video, and I'm like leaning forward, like there's something wrong with me, and you're taking a photo of me doing that for some reason. If you've not seen it, it's kind of genius. I don't know.
That's kind of funny, huh?
I don't know how they captured that moment.
I'll
really
go back to that.
It's really good. No shopping, nothing. It's like totally real. That's the weird bit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's amazing how they're able to capture that that look. You know,
it's a very special moment. So what was the point? What was I doing? Oh, we're gonna talk now. Let's talk now.
Okay.
Let's everyone come on in. Everyone come on in. Get a little closer. Take a knee. I want to talk about.
I see the gift you're talking about now.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yes.
That's awesome. I don't know what I was doing, and I really don't know what you were doing.
I like that look on my face. I don't even know what that's all about.
Well, clearly it's about whatever thing is protruding from my behind.
Right. I think you were. Were we FaceTiming? I don't know.
I don't know what we were doing there. I really don't know, because I look like I'm just like, oh, my back, and you're going, oh, my phone, or I don't know what's happening.
Whose mass text did I just get?
Yeah.
Whose contact list am I in?
Exactly. So here's what you should do, dear listener. If you want to see this image because you're at home listening on the podcast version or something, check it out at it's at TMS Gifts on Twitter. It's real easy to find. I get a question yesterday on Twitter. Guy goes, hey, what's the name again, the handle for that Twitter account for the TMS Gifts?
Wasn't there a guitar game called Something Hero?
Something Hero. Yeah, that's basically it. And I said, and I wrote back and said the real name, and then put a smiley winky face after it, because I felt like being a little sarcastic, but not too much.
Exactly. No, that was well deserved. That was a well deserved winky face.
Yeah. A quick disclaimer: Brian and I, neither of us run that account, so we cannot condone or not condone whatever gets posted there. What happens there is independent of us, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I had a thing happen yesterday that kind of cracked me up. There's a new little Korean restaurant that just opened that uses a logo, very, very similar logo to that of Starbucks.
Okay.
And it was weird, because I just thought, oh, that's getting away with something. Like the weird little circle with the lady thing in it. That was kind of strangely familiar, and it was all green and white text. And I think the term was like Star Bowl, or some other name, but with the word star in it.
Right.
And I went, what are we doing? It's so obvious. So I found this, and this is the truth. I saw that, came back, was doing some research for today's show, like we do every day. And I ran into this headline: 18 knockoff fast food restaurants that aren't fooling anybody.
Oh, really? So it wasn't even like an attempt to search out this thing. It just happened
the same day. It was amazing. I mean, it's like winning the lottery, right?
That's
so
great.
These are not fakes. It would be hard to not spot. I'm just going to share a few of them.
Yeah, there's a dry cleaners about a block away from my house called Big Apple Cleaners. Would you like to guess what logo they use for Big Apple Cleaners?
I'm going to say it's either Apple, like Apple.
Yeah, it's a silhouette of an apple with a bite taken out.
Oh,
of it.
you're kidding me, really?
It's not even like.
See, they're not even trying.
Altered or modified or flipped or whatever. It is.
Well, you'll love some of these then, because this one on top is my favorite. It is a pizza place called Pizza Hat. And the logo is ridiculously close to Pizza Hut, and
just a hat.
It's a dude in a hat.
It's a red hat.
And I actually think that might be the Linux Red Hat logo, so we're ripping off two things here.
Right. It's a hat, because Yeah.
Here's another pizza place. They do pizza, kebab, burgers, and other stuff like fried chicken. Dominic's.
That logo is
It
hilarious.
looks just like Domino's.
It looks like what somebody from memory would kind of draw the Domino's logo to be.
Yep, totally, absolutely. How about Buckstar Coffee? There's that circle thing and the whole.
Right.
Yeah, they're not fooling anybody. There's another one, Starbucks Coffee.
Starbucks.
Box.
Nice.
That looks like it's in a country that could get away with this, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whatever. For some reason, that bothers me less. Instead of a 7-Eleven, we have the 5-11.
Well, they're only open.
Was it probably
Wasn't
5
that the
a.m.
deal?
to 11 p.m. or
Yeah,
something?
wasn't that the deal with 7-Eleven? They used to be open from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Yeah, now they're 24 hours, most of
Now
them.
they're 24 hours. So
Yeah.
that's funny. 5-11.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
wonder what that is in police slang. Like, I've got a 5-11 at the convenience store.
I have a 5-11 at the 5-11.
Maybe it's something they don't want to do.
Yeah, I don't know. How about this one? MFC. This is in China. And look at
Which
the
stands for mother
mother effing chicken.
chicken.
Now, if you look at that photo, the best part about it is the little colonel that's like a Chinese guy.
Right.
That's awesome. That's my
Slightly
favorite bit.
modified
Yeah,
colonel.
yeah, he's just a Chinese colonel with the same tie and everything. Same red logo. It's ridiculous.
Right.
There's DFC chicken, which is diarrhea fried chicken. Let's see. Mr. Kebab has got.
Oh, man.
Look at that. The M, the golden arches on that guy. And the photos of that food. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. That's not something you'd want to put on your billboard. I can't even tell what's going on. So I guess they just found another M that they like that isn't as much arches as much as like the flattened arches.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fallen arches.
Yeah. It's real bad. It looks more like a flaccid arches is what it looks like. Next one, McDoner. And they didn't even bother to not change that logo. Look at that thing.
Right.
And this is
What do they serve? I can't even tell what that thing is.
this is like McDougal's on Coming to America.
Yeah.
And those things they're selling look like dried elephant penises. I'm not
I don't
eating
know
there.
what that thing is. Yeah.
Yeah, McDoner means you're gonna die and donate your freaking liver to
It's
science.
possible that's a chocolate covered. Well, no, I was gonna say chocolate covered banana, but that's not a banana shape.
No, I think they're kebabby things like meat on a stick.
Yeah.
How about restaurant Taco Bell? That's pretty good.
Well, they've got to explain it. You know.
It's restaurant Taco Bell. You know.
Yes.
You know the one.
Baño solo para clientes. So
My second favorite of the list.
That's the best part about this is that it's in Mexico. It's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Restaurant Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's great.
So, well, when we get American tourists, this is the first place they're going to come.
Of course. They're smart. They know. How about Donkey Donuts? That one's my favorite. Their second favorite, I think.
Nice.
That and Pizza Hat are my favorite so far. 15 is Mash Donald's. And again, they're, Radar O'Reilly serves you your fries or something. I don't know what's going on there.
I can't even. It looks like I can't even tell what they did with the logo. Like they tried to use what was that feature in Illustrator?
Right. The where they convert to curves.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, graphic designers everywhere get what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you take a photo and like,
almost auto trace, but
oh yeah, what do they call that? It's not convert to curves.
not
It's,
punk and bloat. But anyway,
whatever it is. Punk and Bloat. That's a great cartoon. I wish that was still on. All right, next up, Dairy King.
Dairy King. Why
Dairy
does that
King.
sound familiar?
Well, the
I wonder if
queen
that's-
is usually there.
No. But I think that might be
Oh.
might be here in Colorado.
Well, those look like Colorado trees and skies to me. Could be.
It does, yeah.
Dairy King.
Dairy King.
Yeah,
I
fooling
think that is.
anybody.
I want to say that's in Colorado.
Sunny Day, which wouldn't know what that is, except it's Subway and it's the
Oh.
same logo, same font, everything.
Eat less fresh.
Yeah. Eat less fresh. 16 is 5 burgers, which is great.
And when we run out, we're closed.
Yep. Then my second favorite Saturday morning cartoon is Burger Friends, right behind Punk and Bloat.
It's, right. Oh, yeah, right. That's New Century School Book with the emboss filter, the drop shadow filter, and
Yep. Oh, good Lord. The most rudimentary of Photoshop work right there is what that is.
that's exactly right.
And then finally, Michael Alone,
Michael alone.
which is another McDonald's ripoff. And the M is identical to McDonald's one, except they flipped it upside down to be a W for no reason that I can tell.
That's really funny. Yeah, because there's no W in Michael Alone. So when you cause problems at Michael Alone, does the manager come out and say, "I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to leave Michael Alone"?
Exactly. But if for my money, dude, pound for pound, I'm going to Donkey Donuts and Pizza Hat. Those are my two favorite places. I'm going to go there as soon as I can get there. Anyway, thank you all for participating in today's little game of What is Wrong with People. Let's add Daryl to the call because now it's his time to shine.
He's a knockoff of Stump a Star Wars Nerd, by the way.
Right?
It's a fake, cheap knockoff.
Terrible, awful.
Of a growling
knockoff.
Ball of knockoff.
Of knockoff. Of K.O. K.O. All right, here you go. Step inside and join us for Stump a Trek Nerd, which is brought to you by
2 stage mics and 2 nerds in a basement with a dream. TheWeeklyBleep.com. Uniquely irrelevant podcasting.
All right.
Do you think they meant irreverent?
I think
no,
they
I
meant.
Don't think they did.
I think they meant irrelevant.
They meant irrelevant.
Yeah, because that's ironic and
exactly.
twisted and makes you curious. You want to go check it out. Daryl, what's going on?
I don't know.
Did you sleep okay?
Oh, relatively, I guess.
Because Brian was up at 4:30, I was up at 2:30, and then it took me forever to get back to sleep. I know, right? I had to start earlier.
Oh, exactly.
What time did you go back to bed, Brian?
I didn't.
Oh, well, then you beat me because I finally did nod off again.
Yeah. Despite my best efforts to watch something that I hoped would help me sleep, I did not go back to sleep.
Daryl, are we going to try? Are we going to make an attempt to do the Saltine Cracker Challenge tomorrow during Team SPM?
Oh, if I can remember to get some, yeah.
Okay. It's all on you, man. You got to get some saltines. Just go grab a box. They're super cheap. I don't even think they're food. I don't even know what they're made of. What are those made of? Are they made of paper products? Like, what is a saltine? Does anyone know? We should find that out. How is it made? Is there a site? There's probably a website. How are saltines made? Here you go. There's a video. Let's just play part of this video. Oh gosh, you're so loud, video.
Soda crackers are also called saltines, originally a brand name that over time became a generic term. You can eat them plain or spread something on them or crumble them into soup. Doctors even recommend eating soda crackers when you're nauseous because they're dry and easy to digest.
I don't think that's doctors as much as it is your mom. Right? Like, my mom's no doctor. I swear she's the only one that ever told me that. Anyway,
here, eat some crackers.
Let's see if anything else is of note here, real quick. Oh, we got some music, some imagery.
They're flat and bumpy on the outside with a tasty texture
outside.
On the outside.
I don't know where she hails from. That's like Canadian in the sense that
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, like she's got. It sounds American until she's.
You know, there's a country they have problem with their ow sound. It's
really
a really odd thing that they have problems with that sound.
It's so weird to me. Some Canadian want to write. You Canadians write in and tell us why. There's got to be a reason. No one ever asks, but why do you oot when you should say out? What's wrong with you people?
Right.
All right. It's like what's her name? My brain just went dead. I can't think of her name now. Famous Canadian lady.
Katie Lang.
No, is she Canadian?
Yeah.
All right. And is she? No, I don't mean this. I am not saying this to be rude. Is she still a lady? I thought she had a change. No.
Nope. Still a lady.
Oh, okay.
Still a lowercase lady.
Who am I thinking of? Somebody else changed. Somebody went through a gender reassignment, and it
Cher's daughter.
She's not Canadian though.
No. Oh, Alanis Morissette. Is that who you're thinking of?
I don't know.
No, not the changed to a man, but like famous French lady.
Because that's a better pill. Wait, jagged pill. Jagged.
Jagged.
Yes. Thank you. All right.
Dion.
No, gosh. No.
Sarah McLachlan. The chat room's. The Tadpool's helping us out here.
The tat room. I like that even better.
Tat room.
Tit for tat. Daryl, let's do Stump Trek Nerd time. Let's stump you with Brian Adams.
Like two people came up with that almost simultaneously.
She was Brianne Adams before,
right.
And now Brian. Okay, Daryl, let's lay it on you. We're gonna give you a hard trivia question about Star Trek, and today is Theater Day. Brian and I have to act this out.
Theater.
That's right. So it's time for Scott and Brian to do some acting. Scott, read your lines in the Skeletor voice. Okay, fine. That's what he tells me to do. Here's just a little bit of. Here we go.
Okay.
This is to set the mood.
Music. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Good enough. All right. So here we go. Brian, you are playing the part of Wesley.
Yes.
I will be playing the part of his mother, Beverly Crusher. And you go ahead.
All right. Hi, Mom. I got a message you wanted to see me.
I thought you were going to the concert last night.
I said I may be going. Suzanne wanted to go to the Arboretum.
Captain Picard asked where you were. I don't like making excuses for you.
Excuses? Come on, Mom. It was an official function.
Listen, young man, you have responsibilities, and I want you to live up to them, He-Man.
Don't you think you're overreacting a little?
Don't talk back to me.
Okay, I won't.
Where do you think you're going?
Away from you.
And scene.
I like how Marty McFly plays Wesley Crusher.
Well,
Doc, I got a message you wanted to say me.
name another time you would get that and the voice of Skeletor to be in the same room ever. All right, so Daryl, you now need to guess what episode that came from. Or no, I'm sorry. Let me read this again. So here's what he says. Wesley gets the hell slapped out of him like he was one of Skeletor's minions. What episode does this come from? No multiple choice. Daryl should know what he says.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I don't remember.
Oh, good. Well, hold on to that thought because you don't want to answer yet.
Maybe some food will
Yeah,
help
how about,
you remember.
Yeah, maybe you can just tell me the movie you want to see.
Are you hungry? Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
All right, we're doing the red shirt chocolate today from Nina's Taste of Tennessee. Fudge and candy made with Tennessee whiskey, which my wife tried and noticed. She could tell. She goes, "Oh, there's totally whiskey in that."
Yeah, you can definitely taste it, but the alcohol is still burnt out. The whiskey flavor won't go away, though.
Yeah. Ooh, this one also has a butthole, a little injection hole in the bottom.
That's where the whiskey escaped.
Yeah,
this is obviously white inside.
Oh, is it? Mine doesn't. Mine's not white.
Why are these red shirts? Why are these the only one? Is this a warning?
Brian and I asked that question too. I wonder if there's a spiciness to it, or if there's some other reason why.
The specialty, or
yeah, I don't know. It's the only row with red wrapping. The rest of them all have black. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But here we go. Let's try it.
Oh, it smells like cinnamon. Maybe that's it.
It does.
You know what? That's it. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. Daryl wins. That's why. And they're a little. It's a little. Not hot, but you know. This is
it's like an atomic fireball.
This would make my daughter's tongue swell up and her lips turn bright red. By the way.
Oh, really?
She is allergic to all forms of flavor or oil-based cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
So big red, gobstopper type, you know, things like what do you call them? What do you call those? Jawbreakers.
With atomic fireballs.
Yeah, the worst offender are two things: cinnamon bears make her break out, her whole face and neck break out in big hives, and bath oil that is made from cinnamon oil. She didn't know this once. Did a bath with this cinnamon oil stuff. Came out of there and for like 2 weeks looked like the Elephant Man. It was awful. Yeah, it was real bad. She's 20 now and wiser, so she's fine. She's getting married, as you guys might be aware. It might be stressing me out. That might be what wakes me up at 2:30 in the morning. That might be what makes me eat 5 little things of pudding. I don't know. Still trying to grapple with this big life change. Anyway,
since we just finished what we'll be eating out of this Nina's chocolate box.
Yeah.
This again was provided by Bill Dixon from Scottsboro, Alabama.
Thanks, Bill.
Who discovered TMS via World of Warcraft to the instance to the morning stream.
You know, I think you ought to go down there and talk to Sheriff Bill Dixon. See what's going on with them Duke boys. He sounds like a total sheriff name.
Yeah,
I love it. Bill Dixon.
Bill Dixon.
He sounds like he needs to get Mendoza, you know? Like he's the guy.
Right.
Dixon, get in here. This is the 4th squad car you've blown up this week. I know we gotta get Mendoza.
After Mendoza.
And by the way, I have renamed the goose. I know everyone else is calling him the Goose Father and all this stuff, right? You can do whatever you want, but I am calling him Mendoza, and I'm going to get him. I went again yesterday. I told you I'd report when something changes. So far, he is avoiding me. I did yell at him in the lake yesterday. I went, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, like that. Consternation and like evil in his voice. He's a bastard. I'm going to go again today.
I'm gonna get you, Johnson.
I'm gonna take Bill Duran out there while he's here.
There you go.
This weekend. So he arrives tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, and
Yay.
hilarity will ensue. You know, I texted him and preempted. I said, "Dude, I hope you're excited for the much more laid back Johnson lifestyle vibe that we're gonna have here versus what you've been at Dragon Con." And he goes, "Please and thank you." So I think he's a little worn out. It'll be a nice break from that. We'll be able to sit our asses at night on a couch and play Diablo 3 on a console.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna chill.
He can watch you pace and mutter in your sleep about the wedding, the wedding, the wedding, the wedding.
Getting married. All right, Daryl, let's do a birthday. You got one?
I want to challenge that goose someday.
Yeah, do you?
Oh, really? You'd like a Sprite and banana challenge?
No, like wrestling.
Oh,
cage death match.
Cage match the goose.
Dun, 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 and you can just square off in a little circle there with it. I don't know how you'd ever get it to do it. I mean, he's whatever. He is right now. He's being very elusive. Mm-hmm. Normally, he's a lot easier to get. I feel like he knows what I'm doing. So
he's been listening.
This is what it's like.
You're too chicken-hearted to fight cowmen.
Oh, well, that's nothing to do with the goose, so I don't know why that played. All right, Daryl, birthday. Who's having one and why?
Oh,
why are they having it?
Yeah, why are they birthday? Why were
just
they born?
just for fun?
Okay.
Stephen Sherpa, is that right? Sherpa is 57. He was Bobby.
And now you're Canadian. Wow.
He was Bobby. Is it Bacala? Yeah, that's right.
Bobby Bacala from
Bacala.
Yeah, from The Sopranos. Yeah, Bobby Bacala.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Only his closest friends call him Bobby, but anyway.
Bobby Fett.
Yeah, Bobby Fett.
He was also Carmine on Enterprise in the episode Stormfront.
Oh, well, look at him getting around.
Anytime they need a stereotype Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's your go-to guy. He didn't play Big P, did he?
No.
Not Big P, did he? Big P, did he?
P. Yeah, Big P. No.
Yeah, there is no Big P.
No, Bobby Bacalieri.
Okay. All right. That Bacalieri, that's a great name.
Yeah.
So, Daryl.
This is the guy that, what's he been in recently? There was something. I'm thinking he was the guy who ate the hot peppers in Dumb and Dumber, but that's a whole different guy.
Let's see.
Darn.
Bobby Bacalieri.
Steve Sharippa.
I don't know. I'm terrible at these things. I really should watch the Sopranos at some point in my life.
Terrible names.
Yeah, I've not seen any of the Sopranos. Does that surprise people? I've never seen it.
That would be a good one for you to binge watch.
I want to. It's on stream. Yeah. It's streaming, so I may as well.
Can I tell you what has been excellent and is worth snatching up because it is so damn good?
What's that?
It's Halt and Catch Fire, AMC.
Oh, I've heard just nothing but good things.
It is amazing, and it's Lee Pace, the pie maker, and Ronan, and
good to see him getting some rad jobs.
Yeah, and this is, boy, does he play? He plays the typical AMC kind of anti-hero that you kind of root for, but it all takes place in the early 1980s, the tech boom in Dallas, and it is just so damn good.
I'm going to make a recommendation real quick.
All right.
Do not, under any circumstances, search for, if you're trying to find the character from The Sopranos, the Big P character.
Oh, you did not Google that.
Don't ever Google that, ever.
Why on earth?
I was trying. I couldn't remember the actor's name. I didn't see the actor's name, so I figured, I've got some sort of safe search running. This will be fine. No. That was a terrible, terrible thing. I've made a horrible error. Wow, gosh, I couldn't close that tab fast enough. All right.
Yeah, don't go searching for King Missile's most popular song.
Okay.
By title.
All right. Oh, the internet. Is there anything that isn't porn? Okay. Daryl, hello. What are we doing here? Oh, the question. So that little acting, that amazing thespian work we just did, what episode do you think that's from? And we don't get a multiple choice in this one. You just got to guess.
I think I figured it out. At first, I thought it was that bug lady mutant one, but it's not that. But it's one where they were all influenced to go nuts, which is why.
Oh, why they're fighting, right? Because they usually don't fight like this, yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's from Sarek.
Sarek. Is it Sarek or Sarek? How have you always said it? Spock's
I
dad.
always say Sarek.
And he brought it in, right? Like he was the carrier or something in that episode or something.
Oh, he had some disease, and it was making him go nuts and transmit craziness to everyone else.
Yeah, kind of a good episode, but kind of a dumb idea that would just spread around. They didn't treat it as a virus, though. They treated it like it's just, oh, he's in the room, so we all feel mad. It was kind of weird. Anyway, let's see if you did well. Did he do well? Hold on. There it is.
Congratulations.
He did.
Yay.
You're a winner.
He projected his negative emotions on the crew, and this caused a Skeletor to slap Wesley. This caused homies to turn against their homies, says Mike Iceworm. You can blame him for that homie talk right there. Well done, Daryl, and that puts you perfect so far this week. So far, no problems. Yeah, we got another day to prove. And hopefully tomorrow night you'll do your. I want to do that saltine deal. That one has very specific rules.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold you to those.
There's a timing issue that you will need to adhere to.
Yeah.
None of this. I'm going to take an hour and leisurely sip on some Sprite.
No. Yeah, none of that.
Kidding. We saw that you were ingesting it at a decent rate. It just wasn't apparently wasn't fast enough. But even Iceworm has said he consumed it fast.
Yeah, and I watched him. I watched Iceworm's video, which was pretty entertaining. I got to admit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was shirtless and
really
had a piece of gum stretched between two nipples. And, all right, none of this is true. I made all that part up.
Oh,
he wasn't shirtless at all. Daryl's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. You can follow him there. There's always spirited conversations going on about how the entire East Coast is void of all creativity. Which,
I didn't say that.
Which people are really enjoying.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway, there's that. Also,
I'm surprised to hear from Skyhawk, right?
Yeah, Eric could tear you a new hole. He's in Jersey and New York, and one of the most creative guys I know. Also, what else? The Trek Nerd. I already did that. This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com and the Grumpy Cast. Daryl's now going to play a game with us called what?
Is this a Star Trek being or an operating system?
Okay. Good Lord. I didn't realize how long that was.
Wow, milk that organ.
Jeez. Okay. Sorry.
Maybe that might not have been the best phrasing.
Milk that organ. Well done, sir. All right. Sorry. What? Who? I forgot already. What was the thing?
Star Trek being or operating system.
Oh, got it. Okay. OS or Star Trek being, like yesterday. Okay, go.
TBCL.
TBCL?
Mm-hmm.
Tuberculosis, chlamydia.
Jeez, TBCL. Like, I could see him totally punking us with making us think this is an operating system.
Yeah, because it sounds like some throwaway 70s, 80s thing.
Right, but how would they have a character or a race? It's a race is the choice. It's like a Star Trek race or operating system?
Star Trek being.
Yeah. See, to me, that's the giveaway because I can see an episode where Picard would walk or Kirk could walk up to the front-facing screen and go, "We come in peace. We are explorers from the Federation starship, blah blah blah." Right, and then the thing would go, "We do not accept your kind. You are subhuman, whatever."
Oh, come from planet without vowels.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that without using any vowels.
And then he would like do the cut motion, and then Data would turn off the comm, and he would say, "Data, what's going on here?" And he would say,
right.
"Captain, I believe this is one of the few remaining TBCL dudes from the sector shithead man, whatever." And then he would turn back around and go, "Yes, we blah, blah, blah." That's totally what this is.
All right, okay.
It's ringing true to me. All right, we say Star Trek.
Well, that's not quite how it happened. But in the script, TBCL stands for triple-breasted cat lady.
Oh,
Star Trek 5.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
not even close then, but we got it right that it's Star Trek, and that's all I need to know, dude. We won, Daryl lost.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's the news.
Tired of Hollywood movies getting it wrong when it comes to hacking?
Yes.
I know this. It's a Unix system.
Ugh.
Computer viruses, Jeff Goldblum taking down the mothership with a Macintosh PowerBook, and data centers like Javier Bardem's Silent Server Farm and Skyfall. We are too, and that's why we're making Control-Alt-Delete, an indie sci-fi film about system administrators trying to escape their own data center when a Skynet-like artificial intelligence turns their workplace into a death trap. Help one of the Tadpool's own by going to tiny.cc/Control-Alt-Delete before your world gets rebooted.
I love the concept.
I do too.
I kind of want to see it. And
I want to
so
see it
I will.
succeed for sure.
Yeah, I want to see it. So go check that out.
Go support it. Help it.
Yeah.
Help it.
Help it. Woman rubs officer's pepper spray back into his eyes.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Here you go. Florida. Here's a Florida story.
There you go.
When a Florida sheriff's deputy spotted two women arguing in a store parking lot, he intervened. And their response is more than he bargained for, as the officer attempted to arrest Sarah Henderson, age 33, on charges of disorderly intoxication, as opposed to being orderly drunk.
Orderly intoxication, sure.
That's weird. He says she's fought back. In the process, she hit his microphone off his body. What micro? Oh, I guess
so
that's
they've
like
got
the
like their
little,
little
what do you call that? The CB
the
thing.
walkie-talkie, right?
Code 4. Oh, by the way, when I got my ticket on Monday,
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you this little tidbit because I'm trying to figure out what happened there. Maybe I should just look it up. But I wonder what code is for code 5, because he was telling me about the ticket going, now you did this thing, and then he suddenly goes, hang on a second. I go, no problem. And he grabs his thing, goes, code 5, and then starts talking to me again.
Huh.
What the hell is code 5?
Probably like I'm busy.
Code 5.
Called
Probably. Why couldn't he
It's
just say
somebody
I'm
else.
busy? Like, oh, here we go. Please scanner codes. Oh, this would be
I
good.
don't think that's a scanner. Is it a code? Is it a?
Well, I don't know. It says a way to tell uniformed officers to stay away from a particular area.
Wow, stakeout is code 5.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then what?
Says,
What?
According to multiple sources of searching online, code 5 is stakeout.
Okay. All right. Hold on. We're gonna look at this. The Wikipedia here.
All right.
They're saying.
Now you had a 510, which is a speeding vehicle.
He said 5. He stopped short. I was very concerned about it because I thought, oh shit, what does it mean? What am I? What is this? Are they gonna take me in? Like I'm having like feelings. Here it is. Code 5, area under surveillance. All marked units stay out of the area. So that sounds right. Code 4 is all clear or I'm okay. Also used to tell another unit that they can disregard.
Right.
But I swear he said 5. See, 4 would have been more appropriate. 7 would have been great. That's lunch break.
Code 9 is summer uniform.
Really?
Yes, I don't know what that means. What does it say on yours for code 9?
All non-emergency vehicles stay off the radio. A beeped transmission over the air every couple of seconds is what follows a code 9.
Yeah, code 8 is restroom break.
See, code 8 here says confidential information. What's your source? What are you looking at?
Mine is Radio Labs.
Mine is response codes from police on Wikipedia in these United States.
In the United States?
Yeah. In the Utah. Possible shift to plain language. There's a bunch of talk right now that they're going to drop these codes and move to just saying the thing you're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's interesting too. Anyway, didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole, but there it is. How about this?
Resulting from some interesting chemical reactions.
Okay.
Workers first dump ice into a trough to prevent the dough from overheating during.
Okay, we'll come back to it, and we're going to do little bits and pieces of the saltine as we go.
Yeah, it's taking a while to make those saltines. I thought it was instantaneous, but no, this is quite the process.
There's big work, and there's a guy with a hat pouring ice in a giant tub, so there's big stuff afoot.
The saltine bucket challenge.
That's right. Anyway, this lady, he
so
pepper
she knocked the
sprayed her.
microphone off his body. Right?
Yep, he pepper sprayed her in the face. She then took her hands, rubbed her face, took what she got out of her face, and then reached over and rubbed it into the eyes of the cop.
Wow.
I think he should have been moving out of the way quicker. I feel like there's something wrong with proximity here. I could be wrong.
Right. Because it's not like I can't imagine that she could do this really quickly dealing with the pepper spray in her own face.
Right. Right.
There had to be some delay issues. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my eyes. I'm reaching out at you.
And you're not moving very fast.
And I will have to rub your eyes.
Rub your eyes. She's been charged with battery of a police officer. That's kind of hardcore, actually. You get in big trouble for that. And she's in Florida, which makes sense. All right, moving on. Oh, wait, before we get to the nude photo update, this right here.
Fermentation. The first ingredient is a specific amount of finished dough to kickstart the fermentation of this new batch.
Okay, finished dough.
Finished dough.
I don't know if that means from Finland or it's finished dough.
Completed,
Yeah,
yes.
completed
Finished
dough.
Finished dough.
Finish that dough. Nude photo leak, turns out, and we saw some of this yesterday with Justin on, is not linked to systems breaches, it turns out. It comes down to bad passwords and easily sort of phishing people's stuff and then hacking their phones that way, or their accounts that way. And this is now confirmed by Apple, who said after a 48-hour check of all things their systems, which, by the way, which could be corroborated if there was a legal investigation, all this stuff would have to bear out. Says the embarrassing leaked nude photos of all these celebrities wasn't caused by a breach of the tech giant's widely used electronic systems. The company made an announcement after the FBI said it was investigating the leak in which unidentified computer hackers gained access to private photos of Jennifer Lawrence, Kate Upton, and others. Well, geez, USA Today. Why you could have said, I can't think of the other names, but you don't. Do we have to point out the two most famous of the two?
Right. Well, Kristen Ritter from Breaking Bad.
They could have said
there.
that. They could have said Kristen Ritter and Snaggletooth from the Spider-Man movies. What's her name?
Oh yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. You could have said those two names.
You can pull up any handful of movies and see Kirsten Dunst in the Wherewithal.
I know, right? Jumanji.
She's not Jumanji. Really? Did she go topless in Jumanji?
She's in it, but she does not go topless.
No.
She was too young then, I think. I remember not loving Jumanji. I wonder how it holds up.
I haven't seen Jumanji.
I don't think I liked it. Is my memory. I feel like it was a little empty and trying to be Jurassic Park for no reason.
What about Zarathura?
This is Zura. That's the Iron Man dude. He made that.
Oh, really?
Can't think of his name. The Iron Man director. First two.
Yeah, the guy that friends with
What's his name?
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not talking.
Yeah, that guy.
Holy cow, Favreau. John
Favreau. That's it.
He made that. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that.
he did. It's interesting. It's okay. It's all what I don't know. I was the wrong demographic for it, I guess. Things that I would have loved if I was a kid then, I think, is what these movies would have been. After more than 40 hours of investigation, this is Apple's statement, we have discovered that certain celebrity accounts were compromised by a very targeted attack on usernames, passwords, and security questions, a practice that has become all too common on the internet, Apple said in a statement. Quote, none of the cases we have investigated has resulted from a breach of any of our systems, including iCloud or Find My iPhone. We are continuing to work with law enforcement to help identify the criminals involved, the company added. Honestly, here's what I think. You want to know what I think?
I want to know what you think.
I think Jennifer Lawrence's password was Tribute 1234.
No, Tribute 12.
Tribute 12. Yeah, Tribute 12.
Yes. District 12, bitch.
That's a good point. I think Kate Upton's was Odd Torso 1999. I think they all had really easy to hack stuff. That's
right. Okay.
That's because that's
Kirsten Dunst. Let's play this game. I like this game.
Yeah. Well, Kirsten Dunst would be Upside Down Kiss 1422, and who else we got?
Oh, let's see if I can find the list.
I know. Ritter. What's her name? Ritter.
Kristen Ritter. Yeah.
Screw you, Walter White. 1234.
All right, good.
And I don't know who else was in there. I can't think of anyone else.
What
Olivia
would
Munns.
Tyler Durden do, right? Isn't that the...
What would Tyler Durden do? Oh,
That's
yeah. But I think
the-
he had to pull all that, didn't he?
He did have to pull it, but he has a list of who's on it. There we go. Here's the list.
I'll bet he's shockingly rude about all of it. That's my guess.
He is shockingly rude about it. Well,
that's his job.
He's never been one to mince words,
No,
right?
That's his job. It's what he's meant to do.
Let's see. Ariana Grande.
I know her.
Yeah,
I like her. She's the ex Nickelodeon star who now does
Singer,
that really
yep.
great sci-fi song thing. I like that video from.
With the missile.
Yeah, the missile boobs.
They're
Yeah,
kind of taking the reins from Katy Perry.
Yeah. When she killed that robot with him, it was kind of awesome.
Victoria Justice.
I don't know who's she.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. Okay. Well, anyway, I guess I'm out of ideas, but I think that they're probably right.
I like that Kate Upton's is weird torso, but the O's are zeros.
Yeah. They're probably right. They would, if their systems were breached, they would have to say so because this investigation uncovers that regardless. So if this is just straight up bad passwords and phishing scams and figuring stuff out, there's a good lesson in that for all of us. Not take away the whole controversy about the photos and the breach of privacy and all that stuff. Take that away for just a second. Sometimes these things do act as good reminders to beef up your own security. Don't have bad passwords.
Right.
I started using 1Password for everything, and I freaking love it. Really like it a lot.
The app.
The app, 1Password. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about security. And they said I just started using 1Password for everything, and I love it.
Yep, it's it's called Password.
The app
1 2 3 4. Yep.
Don't use 1Password. Don't use a single password for everything.
Yes, Scott loves sci-fi 1111. Yeah, beef up your stuff.
392.
Two-factor when you can. That's always a good move. Is to two-factor authenticate everything. And those guys are douchebags for hacking them. What else have we got here? That's it on that point. Yeah. Oh, let's check in. Let's check in here. We got a little update. Here we go.
To that, they add water, wheat flour, yeast, and enzymes to help the fermentation.
Whoa, they ferment the crackers, dude.
Fermented crackers. I guess that's what gives them the soda. I don't know.
Oh, the soda part, maybe. I like the way your head's thinking.
Yeah.
HelloFresh.com is sponsoring today's show. HelloFresh.com. They're not going to send you saltines, though. They're going to send you amazing food. And how does it work? It's simple. Go to the website, HelloFresh.com. Pick the recipe of the week by a real chef that you like the most. I noticed Dave Michael just did this yesterday. Had something that looked amazing on Twitter. You pick the one you like, the delicious recipe you most like. They'll send you those farm fresh ingredients straight to your freaking door. And everything is there you need to make this meal in 30 minutes or less. Use the code MORNINGSTREAM at checkout for first-time customers. That will save you 50%. MORNINGSTREAM at checkout. Do it today.
If communists have attempted to inject their propaganda into the motion picture, they have failed miserably.
It's Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by
The Weekly Bleep Podcast, because vigilance never sleeps. We're just resting our eyes. Seriously, change it back. We're still watching that. TheWeeklyBleep.com.
Nice. Well said. Quick check-in.
Okay.
A mixer blends the ingredients for about 5 minutes. They let the dough sit for 16 hours while the enzymes break down the starch in the wheat into simple sugars.
Oh, I like it. I like it. You should see these vats. They look like giant cowboy tubs. You know how cowboys always took baths in those big metal tubs?
Oh, yeah.
Your crackers are being made in those.
Fabulous.
It's got Maverick Jr. and Senior's skin cells in there. Gross. Bieber charged with assault. More trouble for the Bieber, for the Biebs. Are you still a believer?
This poor kid, just boy, he just can't cut a break.
Won't they just leave him alone?
Leave Bieber alone, and
Pop
then leave Michael alone for some great burgers.
Right. Pop singer Justine Bieber facing new charges after being arrested for dangerous driving and assault following a collision between a minivan and a quad bike that led to a physical altercation. Ontario Provincial Police said the incident... That doesn't make them sound very tough. The Ontario
Provincial Police.
Hello, please drive safely. Yes.
Hey, what's all the trouble about? Sorry.
I gotta give you a ticket. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Said the incident...
Code 3. Officer, sorry. Officer, sorry.
Officer, sorry. I'm so sorry. Said,
Code 11. Trouble a boot. Trouble a boot.
Trouble a boot. Let's see. Where am I? The incident happened on Friday afternoon near the Canadian pop star's hometown of Stratford. September 29th, something. Oh, he has to appear on September 29th. They say the driver of the quad bike and occupant of the minivan engaged in a physical altercation. Bieber, age 20, went to a police station and was arrested. The release, or then released on a promise to appear in court on the 29th. A spokesman for Perry County OPP said. Who's now with OPP? Perth County is, yo.
Right, it went from the silliest name, Ontario Provincial Police, but OPP.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make me call the OPP.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we're good.
That seems pretty. Yeah, that seems pretty tight.
Okay, all right.
All right, quick update.
The yeast then reacts with those sugars, producing carbon dioxide gas, which makes the dough rise.
Oh wow. All right, hold on.
They adjust the fermented dough's pH level with sodium bicarbonate to produce the right flavor, color,
the
and
soda?
shelf life.
So that's your soda part.
That's your soda part right there.
You knew it had to be in there.
Sodium bicarbonate. Doesn't that sound delicious?
Oh, it sure does. Put it on your cracker dough. Survivor lead singer Jimmy Jameson.
Yeah. Aw.
Why is that name familiar? Is that the coach?
We had some solo stuff too, and I want to say
Jimmy Jameson.
Jimmy Jameson.
Wasn't he the coach for the Patriots for a while?
No.
Jimmy
Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, you'd think I'd know that. Jimmy Jameson. Why is that so familiar? Oh, I'm thinking of J. Jonah Jameson.
Wow. Okay.
The
Really?
comic character. Yeah, that's
Well,
what's
yes,
what's
I
ringing
know.
a bell.
I mean, that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that's why the name's so familiar.
Okay.
When you say Jimmy Jameson, I'm like, oh yeah, that name's really familiar, but I never knew his name. Anyway, he was the lead singer of Survivor. He is dead at age 63. Let's see. This according to the band. Survivor was very shocked and saddened by the passing of our brother Jimmy Jameson, wrote the band on its Twitter page. Our thoughts and prayers and love go out to his family and friends. Jameson grew up in Tennessee, meeting music icon Elvis when he was just 10 years old. That chance encounter in a drugstore later, probably inspired him or whatever. He later fronted a local band called Target during the 1970s. It was slightly better than another band, Walmart. It was cleaner.
A little cleaner.
A little more expensive.
well-lit.
Tickets were a little higher, but
Right.
yeah, a little more well lit. They had a better electronic section.
Right.
Jameson grew up in Tennessee. Oh, I wrote that part. He first found national fame in the early 80s as lead singer for the band Cobra. Do you remember Cobra?
No.
Are you going to do any kind of Coverville stuff for him, by the
No,
way?
probably not.
No?
I've got a lot of covers of Eye of the Tiger. I might have a cover of, I Can't Hold Back or Burning Heart. The burning heart.
Oh, yeah.
Burst.
They never found the success of that Eye of the Tiger
Eye of
again.
the Tiger. No, that was their.
Yeah.
That was their apex.
He says he didn't want to join Survivor originally because it was more pop focused, and he said I didn't really want to do it because I was in a heavy band. I wanted to play really heavy music, and their stuff was a little lighter than I was used to. He said of Survivor in 2008. Does not list cause of death. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe there's an update. Let's just check the link. Doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say what happened to him. Anyway. Yeah, I don't see anything here about cause of death. Not that it matters. Don't want to be morbid, but I do want to know how these crackers were made.
Then for additional flavoring, some salt,
Saltine.
malted barley
Oh,
flour,
that's where they get the name saltine.
and vegetable oil.
Oh, vegetable oil. So not at all healthy then.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right.
The mixer remixes the dough for about 5 minutes
A boop.
to blend in
Dough
these
remix.
new ingredients. Now
You should see this stuff. It looks gross. All right.
I'm sure it looks like dough.
It looks like cardboard. All being
I made
wet.
dough yesterday. I made some hamburger buns for dinner tonight.
Dope. Oh yeah, because tonight's your
Tonight's
neighbor
neighbor
deal.
dinner,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
We're having teriyaki pineapple burgers or mahi burgers or mahi, I guess fish sandwiches if they're not doing the burger.
If you're nasty, yeah.
If you're nasty.
That's right. TweakedAudio.com sponsoring today's program. Go to tweakedaudio.com and save some money. 33% off their fantastic selection of earbuds. The Tweaked Classics and the Tweaked Mic'd Classic are my favorites. They're designed to sound great with music and talk, engineered for the durabilities. You like that. Noise reduction, all that included with a lifetime warranty. Use the code STREAM for 33% off. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Nicole Spag will be here for her recommendals. At least I think so. And Tom Merritt will be here for sure for his Tom's Tech Time.
Cool.
All that coming up next, but between now and then, music.
Before we get to that, I want to throw out a howdy to Hoth in the Tadpool, who is a policeman. Says that
I think I'm reading his email later. I think
you probably are. Yeah, in his jurisdiction, he says 10-4. Basically, dispatch will check the officer's status by saying, by basically radioing out to all the different cops, and they respond back with something like 10-4 or code 5 or whatever, just to let them know that they haven't been shot or gotten in a fight or something like that.
So it probably just depends on the locale, right? Like it's different per, maybe even per precinct or per state or something. Okay.
Could be.
Good
anyway,
info. Good info.
Yeah. Nick Pizzo wrote in and said, "Hey there, my best friend just asked his girlfriend to marry him, and she said yes. I'd love it if you could play a sweet romantic song by Streetlight Manifesto, as that's our favorite musical group. I'm thinking Such Great Heights, but I'll leave it in Brian's capable hands. Love the show, though." Well, yeah, no problem. How about that? How about a cover of Such Great Heights, covered by Streetlight Manifesto? This is on this great album called 99 Songs of a Revolution, Volume 1. And you know what? I'm going to talk to, I think this will be the next Stream Sack album, next album that goes into Stream Sack.
Oh, great.
Because it's such a great album. It's a cover of the Postal Service, Such Great Heights, and it ramps it up quite a bit. Ups the tempo, as they say.
I like
Here's
that.
Streetlight Manifesto and Such Great Heights.
All right, we're going to play it. And like I said, we'll be back in a second. Before that, though,
They let the dough ferment for another 6 hours.
good Lord, that's a long time. All right, here you go. It is Such Great Heights. And may you be back here as we reach higher heights here on the show. Well, that all sounded dumb, but here you go anyway.
I'm thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned. And I have to speculate that God Himself did make us into corresponding shapes like puzzle pieces from the true. It may seem like a stretch, but it's thoughts like this that catch my troubled head when you're away and I am missing you today. When you are out there on the road for several weeks of shows, and when you scan the radio, I hope this song will guide you. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say, but everything was perfect from far away. Come down now, but we'll stay. I tried my best to leave this all on your machine, but the
If doing things different is your style, Genesee Cream Ale is your brew. Ever since we got a wood stove, I've got the lowest heating bill around.
Yeah, and the biggest thirst.
Next time that you're thirsty, make Jenny Cream your brew. The taste is something different. It's smoother drinking too.
I like it, 'cause there's nothing like it.
It's different.
Genesee Cream Ale.
You cannot be programmed. You cannot be programmed.
The Morning Stream. No dicks here.
Well, geez, while I'm at it.
You cannot be programmed.
I just keep playing it. What's wrong with me? We're back. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm all right.
Good. Twitter's under my skin this morning. I gotta close it. It's bugging me. It's pissing me off. Hey, what? What? Nicole time? Is that what you're telling me?
Nicole? What the what?
All right, fine. Let's bring her in. Let's bring her in. See how she's doing, if she's recovered fully from her time in beautiful downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Or nah. Let's see. Gotta find her theme, though. I mean, what the hell good are we here? Oh, gosh. Here it is. I found it. You ready? Here it comes. Join us now, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome to the program the one and only, Nicole Spag. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. I'm pretty sure there's more than one of me out there.
Are there a couple of Nicole Spags? I've never known any other Nicole Spags.
More than one Nicole Spagnola? You think?
I think she plays tennis.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, something. Yeah.
Let's look it up.
Google
No,
alert.
that's Nicole Spagnolikov. That's close, but not
close. But
exactly
let's see. You're the first person I see, and I don't see anything else.
Maybe it was my maiden name, Nicole Pitts.
Oh.
She was a tennis star.
Oh, Pitts. That's right.
That could be.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it says Nicole Pitts Tennis. There she is. Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah.
She's the tennis whisperer.
That's right.
It's kind of weird, right? When you find somebody, well, not for you, Scott. It's pretty
No, my name sucks,
You
dude.
can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Scott
Yeah,
Johnson.
I hate it. I tell my mom and dad, or my mom every time I see her, it's like, Mom, what were you guys thinking? Why did you go so common? Well, we didn't know. We just liked the sound of it when we heard it. That's the best.
I've started, speaking of names, I just recently joined Ancestry.com. What a wild experience.
Isn't that fun? Genealogy is a blast.
I just got in touch with a cousin of mine I haven't seen since I was like 4.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I found out that I'm related to both Eli Whitney, who invented the cotton gin and is largely responsible for accelerating slavery in this country, and I'm related to Abraham Lincoln, who is largely responsible for ending slavery in this country.
I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
How'd you find that out?
Of those two roads.
I found it through a bunch of genealogy stuff. Just
Genealogy?
Genealogy. Yeah. What? What'd you say?
I thought it was genealogy.
No, it's Jenny. Well, is it the same? I don't know. Is there a difference?
Slim genealogy.
I thought it was always genealogy. No?
Genealogy.
Is it genealogy?
Gene. Yeah.
I have always said genealogy, which is the study of Jenny. She's fantastic. So
I got her number from Bathroom Wall too.
Yeah. Let's see.
Sorry, my throat is wrecked.
Yeah, you sound. I was gonna say you got to be real loud in those.
What did you do? Talking or something this last weekend? Did you do something? I don't know.
A little something.
The air was dry because of all. So for those that don't know, I was at Dragon Con working the podcasting track for 4 days straight.
Yeah. And by the way, freaking Justin could not have said nicer things about how hard you worked.
Aww.
He was like, you should have seen her and Brian slave to make all that work, and he seemed to be just
so
nonplussed.
Honestly, Saturday was the day that I was kind of freaking out. So.
Yeah, but it all worked out. Everything went well.
It did.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Well, I've heard nothing but high praise of everything you guys did. So nice job.
Again.
Well, Nicole is
there.
I know. Well, everyone complains that I'm not any place all the time. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, hey, so let's look at it this way. Let's look at life from this angle. And that is from the angle of Nicole coming on Wednesdays and talking about cool things that are streaming. Now, I know you haven't had a ton of time to watch a lot of things, but you're now...
Well, I had some planned for last week.
Yeah.
So someone on Twitter, and I'm so sorry, I can't... your tweet has been buried, had asked me to focus on animation.
Oh.
So I had gotten together some animated TV shows.
Oh, awesome. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Lay it on us. What is streaming and why should we want to watch it?
Well, and it's kind of fitting because one of the sessions that we did during Dragon Con was a session called Dad's Garage Radio. And they're a local to Atlanta improv group. So they do a podcast and it features 3 voice actors from animation that you will know and love. I mean, it's a given. I've talked praises about Archer a number of times. You can watch that streaming. It's been a past recommendal. But you can watch that on Amazon Prime and Netflix. And if you haven't watched Archer, you really need those first 3 seasons are just, well, actually 4. So there's the 5th one is out right now. So that's when it kind of got a little different. And I've been told I need to finish it, season 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to finish it.
Because I know you had you hit a bump there.
Yeah, I hit a little bump.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been told that it gets really good kind of midway point on season 5. So I'm going to finish it.
All right.
And so Lucky Yates, who's the voice of Dr. Krieger, and Amber Nash, who's the voice of Pam Poovey, the HR representative, are 2 of the people on Dad's Garage Radio.
Yep.
So they were there. I kind of fangirled out. And then another person, Mike Schatz, I believe, S-C-H-A. I hope I'm
awesome name. If it is, if that's how it's pronounced, that's rad.
So
Mike Schatz.
Really nice guy.
I'm sure he took no crap in high school.
Awesome.
Yeah, no one ever teased him.
He was the voice of my recommendation, which is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's streaming on Netflix. He was the voice of Emery, which is one of the digital pixelated guys, the aliens.
The Moony, what are they called? The Mooninites?
Yeah. So he was the voice of Emery.
Huh.
I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I don't think it's on anymore. Only the first 2 seasons are streaming on Netflix. It's just I was looking for cosplay at Dragon Con. I thought, oh, somebody's gonna have to dress up, because it's an iconic kind of cartoon and stupid and crude and. Sure. Did either of you watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Never saw it.
I did
even after all the hubbub in Boston with the LED displays that people put up after like 2 months after 9/11 or something.
Oh, I forgot about that.
All that controversy.
Totally forgot about that. No, I used to watch it pretty consistently when I still had cable. That was one of the things I would catch all the time. Mm-hmm. Not so much since, and they haven't really streamed much of it anywhere that I was, that was easily in front of me and would make me go.
I had to dig for it. I didn't realize it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I had no idea. So, and I wonder how recent that is, but I loved it at the time. I thought it was great.
Funny show.
I don't like the voice of the meatball. I never could get around his voice.
Meatwad.
Yeah, Meatwad. I don't like his voice, but I do like the French fry dude and Shake. Yeah,
the hovering French fry.
Master Shake. There's one episode. I don't know what season it's from, but he gets plastic surgery, and that episode is so damn funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Gets his chin and his cheeks, whatever.
He's awesome. Anyway. He's awesome. He's one of the greatest characters ever. That show is really funny. If people are, you want to laugh hard, there's a good time to laugh.
And they're quick episodes.
Yeah.
So.
And it's all it's those same dudes. It's that same group who kept spinning off originally from mainly Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
And then they just started doing all kinds of other stuff, and which eventually led to Archer. It's the same freaking team.
Mm-hmm. The voice of Space Ghost was at Dragon Con.
Oh, he was. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
George, shoot, what's his name?
Martin.
Like no.
George
Bush.
R.R. Space
I'm
Ghost.
sure the chat room will talk it.
George R.R. Space Ghost. Wasting his time at a con when he could be finishing his book. Anyway, that's a good recommendation.
So, yeah.
In fact, now that I know it's there, because I had no idea, I will watch all that.
Yeah, so be sure to check out Dad's Garage Radio too. Really funny. I mean, they're so funny, and we recorded their session at Dragon Con. So I think Todd has them all up on alphageekradio.com if you've missed any of the recordings. So
yeah.
We had a seriously, Todd is the man James Akuzad is the man. They recorded everything and got everything up. So even if you weren't able to attend the podcasting track, it almost felt like you were there.
Yeah, those guys are time lords. Every time Todd does anything, I'm just like, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how he even pulls it off, but he's the man.
Awesome.
AlphaGeekRadio.com.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Third choice.
So really kind of Archer and Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I kind of merged them together because of Dad's Garage.
Sure.
I don't know if you, I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to listen lately. Have you talked about BoJack Horseman yet?
A little bit with Daryl.
A little, yeah.
He tried that. He tried it, and it didn't take.
Okay. I just want to say it's funny. You got to get past episode 1. Episode 1 is the intro episode. But episode 2 hooked me. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So what the premise is, Will Arnett is the voice of BoJack Horseman, who's a washed up actor who used to be on a comedy sitcom in the 80s called Horsing Around. And it's this world that they create where humans and horse or animal people, it's just normal. And like there's some real weird like bestiality, I guess.
Whoa, is there really?
Well, I mean,
I guess he's kind of a horseman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of wrong and funny and raunchy and it's just ridiculous. And at first, I was probably coming where Daryl was. I'm like, but then the second episode, Patton Oswalt he actually voices a number of different characters. I think he's just kind of like, okay, whatever character you need, I'll voice for you, because he plays a different character in the first episode, and then the second one he plays, I can't remember his name, but he's a Navy SEAL. He's an actual SEAL who's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I get it.
And yeah,
I like how you're like, yeah.
I'm trying to explain it.
No. This is good. I'm enjoying this. This is the best synopsis I've heard of anything ever.
But it's so funny and ridiculous, and BoJack Horseman's trying to have a comeback, and his agent's a cat, and the girl helping him with his book is dating a dog named Mr. Peanut Butter. It's so stupid. I love it. It's so funny.
All right. I'm glad to hear this because I think you and I share similar taste in the animated, adulty, humory things, and so I'm good. I haven't tried it yet.
It's worth
Get to episode 2.
Don't ever ask Daryl about any animation
No,
stuff because he'll steer you wrong. He doesn't know. What does he know? You don't know, Daryl. You don't know. I'm trying to get them all riled up on Twitter.
I know,
Let's see if it works.
Well, that was what the picture that we took. So Kim and I cosplayed as Tina and Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers at Dragon Con.
Yeah, that was awesome. And the best part of that was Tom's glance over at you guys is the funniest thing about that photo. So good.
He's like, what are they doing?
That's so good.
It's so funny.
So you recommend it, BoJack Horseman on the list. Wow.
Yes, BoJack Horseman is on the list.
An original Netflix series, everybody. Go check it out.
Yeah. Only on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, anything, I mean, other than, I know we're trying to get a final score in tonight, but anything else going on in your world while you're recovering and trying to get stuff, back on normal schedule?
Oh, I'm done?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You got more?
I was going to give you one more.
Oh, I thought you already gave us 3. Oh, because you looped the other 2 together.
Right,
sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
No. I remember 3, and then I'm an idiot. Keep going.
All right. So the final one is a show that I think a lot of people overlook, but I really, really enjoyed it when it was on, and I was kind of bummed when it was canceled. It's on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's on Amazon. I have to double check. I'll put it in the recommendals show notes. It's a Cleveland show.
Oh, yeah.
So I really enjoyed the Cleveland show.
I like it too.
Earlier seasons.
I've never not liked it. I think it's been, as the spinoffs have gone, or at least other projects have gone, I like it better than American Dad. I think American Dad's okay, but I think this is better. Hello?
What? Hello?
Hello, Nicole?
Did she disappear?
Did we lose you? Hello? She went froze. Oh, now she's moving.
How am I moving?
Oh, you're back.
There we go.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
You cut out for a sec. That was weird.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just saying, Cleveland show. I love it. It's a funny show, and I think a lot of people kind of were like, "Oh, it's a spinoff," and didn't really, watch it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I like that it has a whole different tone to it.
Mm-hmm.
and even though the character's familiar, it's this great throwback to like 227 and that era of like, hey, we've got African American family based sitcoms on our network, and it's all urban, and they're totally riffing on that, and it's great. It's really well done.
Yeah. Did you watch the Cleveland Show, Brian?
I did a little bit. I started with American Dad, Cleveland Show. Neither one of them I felt had the same the grab to me.
Mojo.
The same mojo as Family Guy. So I kind of gave up on them. But
I actually think I prefer it to Family Guy now.
Really?
I know I'm in the minority.
Cleveland Show or American Dad?
No, for Cleveland Show. For American or Family Guy, just kind of, I don't know. I feel like we're running our course a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why I really gravitated towards the Cleveland Show, because I was kind of, burnt out of Family Guy, and I thought this was a fun kind of sidestep to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, well, that's awesome. That is 3, right? I counted them right.
That is 3.
That is 3.
Okay,
but before we let her go,
yes.
Yeah.
Have you checked out any of the Amazon Prime pilots for this season?
You know what? I haven't had a chance. I saw a few of them caught my eye. Are there any that are jumping out to you?
There were a couple that I thought you would like. As a fan of the Goldbergs, there's one called Red Oaks that's produced by Steven Soderbergh and has Paul Reiser and Richard Kind, the guy who spit on Scott Johnson.
He did. Yeah, he did. He spit on me at a live performance at Second City in Chicago, and the guy totally spit on me. Not on purpose, but I just caught wind of it.
Right.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love Richard Kind. He's great.
And Jennifer Grey, and I mean, it's really good.
Paul Reiser,
and it's like a combo of Goldbergs meets Caddyshack and Porky's.
Oh, I gotta watch this then.
Because there's a little bit of nudity, and it. You know what? To me, it even seemed gratuitous. But that said, the rest of the show. Really, really funny, really, really good. And then I watched another one called Cosmopolitan, which was pretty good. These are what I watched at 4:30 in the morning. So maybe that, there's there's something to be said for the time of day you watch these. But Cosmopolitan's about a bunch of Americans who moved to Paris, and that one's got potential.
Chloe Sevigny.
Chloe Sevigny is in the first episode. Yep, there's only one episode, but she's listed as special guest star, so I don't think she's going to be permanent. I didn't recognize anybody else in that one. And then the third one was Really with Sarah Chalk and Selma Blair is in that one.
I like Selma Blair.
Jay Chandrahar, I think I want to say he was a writer for Simpsons, maybe. I can't remember. I know I've seen his name somewhere, but that one's not too bad either. But boy, I mean, at least with the first and third one, Red Oaks and Really, they definitely are trying to go the way of Netflix and HBO and say, you like your sitcom? We'll just do the sitcom and we'll throw some boobs in there to go along with it.
Oh, wow.
Well, they had the one I watched was Transparent. Did you see this one?
Oh, no.
It is it's a really dysfunctional family, and it's kind of their life, I guess. I mean, it's just it was interesting. I thought it could get a little depressing at times. But the problem I have with these shows though is, are they guaranteed to pick up? Am I getting invested in a show that I don't know is going to be?
You could be, but you also have the ability to help make it happen, because at the end of each show, they point you to a link where you can actually go and cast your vote for which ones get made.
And it looks like Transparent did get picked up. New episodes are coming on September 26th.
Oh, cool. There you go.
There you go. Thanks
so
for that.
Was that a pilot from? Yeah, there you go. Was that a pilot from 2013? Transparent.
It was a pilot from this year, but it was earlier. It was.
Gotcha.
They've done this Amazon pilot season a few times, I think.
Okay.
So
very cool. Yeah, no, those I'd at least recommend for sure Red Oaks, because I think it's really well written. It's really funny, and Paul Reiser is almost unrecognizable these days.
Huh.
But
sorry, Scott, we took over your show.
That's all right.
We did, yes.
Continue on.
Hijackmentals.
I'm kind of glad just to hear that they, because their first rollout sucked.
They really did
over there, and it's nice to hear that maybe that's getting bumped up. To me, it sounds like most things Amazon puts out that they're not used to doing. Some of their early hardware sucked, Some of their, the first Kindle I thought was atrocious. I know it made a lot of people buy it, but I think it was kind of junk. And I think their tablets were junk the first time around. This new phone is kind of terrible, but they usually kind of get it right the second or third time. So nice to hear.
Yeah,
That's good.
And these are definitely worth checking out. And I'd say if you like Red Oaks, give Cosmopolitan a try. I think it feels like a smart, like if you could say a smart version of How I Met Your Mother or Friends.
Give it a shot. I put all 3 in my watch list.
In your watch list. There you go.
Try out Transparent. Tell me what
I will totally try that out.
All
it
good.
has the guy from Arrested Development, the dad.
Oh. Yeah.
The
George Bluth
Sr. Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice, the voice of something I just watched yesterday. What was it? Bob's Burgers. He's the host of the cruise ship.
Oh, really?
With the weird rodent dog that poops all the time. What was I can't remember that episode. But it's where Bob doesn't trust him the whole time, and Linda just can't wait to go on the cruise. I know you've seen it. Yeah, all right, Bobby. And that cruise guy, or the cruise ship captain, is George Bluth. It's great.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah, he's good.
Very good.
It's also in this SpongeBob movie. Anyway, all right. There you go. Great recommendations all around.
Cool.
Yeah, you want a Quizler?
Yeah, give me a Quizler. Poke, stick it in. What? No, sorry. Say it. Go for it.
Can't let it drag.
Oh, you. Sorry, I hit the button and it went a little bit.
Oh,
you ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes people outgrow one another. It's very sad. You can't let it drag you down.
That's you. Or the snake.
What the heck?
Can we get that one more time? Because the guy sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aikido song.
Sometimes people outgrow one another. It's very sad. You can't let it drag you down.
That's you. Or the snake.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Boy, what is it?
That's Agent Coulson. And I think
it's Clark Gregg?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the Marvel movies that isn't coming to my brain right now. Am I close?
No.
Oh, well, forget it then.
The
Brian,
chat room got it a while back.
Chat room got it?
Yeah, chat room got it. It's
Freaking
Wayne's
genius.
World.
Oh,
Wow.
Wayne's World. Who was that talking? Was that Wayne?
Rob Lowe? No.
It's Rob Lowe.
Was it Rob Lowe? Okay. Wow.
Rob Lowe and Agent Coulson have the same voice. I'm just putting it out there. That's funny. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, Wayne's World. I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
Luminous Llama got it first.
Well, that's what llamas who glow in the dark do. Fantastic. I always enjoy these.
Yay.
Nicole, it's great to have you on. I'll talk to you later, and we'll do this again next week. What do you say?
All right. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
By the way, a bit of business here. If you're coming to Salt Lake City Comic Con and you're looking for me, I will be at Green 15 in the Artist Alley, which is an awesome number. I love it.
Green 15.
Green 15. They have color-coded Artist alleyway
cool.
things.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll be with my prints. Let's learn more about crackers for a moment.
The sodium bicarbonate counteracts the acidity this produces and relaxes the gluten so that the dough now breaks easily when stretched.
Got it.
Got to break that gluten.
I know, right? I mean, in a gluten-free society, it's nice to know that people are still having to break it. The Ace Detect himself is now going to enter the room.
Yay, speaking of broken gluten.
Right? Broken gluten all around, everybody.
Broken gluten. That's
play
my
his-
favorite German phrase.
Broken gluten?
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
The man in question is the also returned recently from Dragon Con, a.k.a. Atlanta, Mr. Tom Merritt. Hello, Tom.
Hey, another round of applause for Nicole Spagnuolo.
Yay!
She and Brian Dunaway just kicked all kinds of ass all over the place there at the Dragon Con.
Not an easy job, kind of thankless. Well, we're thanking them, but it's thankless if you don't know how much work it takes.
We're making sure it's no longer a thankless job.
Right. It is now a thanked job. And you were everywhere, dude. Every time I checked the stream, every time I checked somebody's photo group, anytime anything was going on anywhere near the podcast tracked area, Tom was on the freaking panel of something always.
Kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. You're such a busy, wanted man.
Merritt, get out of here.
Get the hell out of our shot, Merritt.
What are you doing in this panel?
Well, it was really fun to watch and hear and all that stuff, and you guys did awesome.
Cool.
So good job there, Tom.
Well, we
Merritt.
missed you.
Thanks, man. I like that you put my name on that table tag thing. That cracked me up.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there was
right.
The one that I ran in late for, and I had to create my own table tag.
Yeah, that was funny. And also, it's nice to see your torso and most of Veronica on a photo on BBC.com.
And then they took it down.
They did?
Yeah.
Is it
they
because of the
replaced
guy's
us with a graph?
Oh, you know why? It's because they. I bet it's because it was that guy's Flickr photo and they didn't have rights or something. I don't know.
You think?
Possible, because I'd seen that group before that article went up,
Yeah.
and they were all really good photos. I don't know who that was, but they all looked really, really, high quality, well lit, all that stuff. And then poof, that photo's gone now. Oh, that's
Or it
too
could
bad.
just be random, where the guy at the BBC is like, "Oh, I need to put a graph in," and just we happen to be the
Could have been, or they could have said, "Uh-oh, we're gonna get sued by Graining and his people. Take that Slurm shirt off the photo," which is what you were wearing.
Actually, that's probably the most likely of the scenarios.
Right.
So, what is interesting about you being gone is all this hacking stuff happened while you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is
What's
that-
your alibi?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
This is the sort of thing that, as a person who has done this for a long time, I very often will look at a story and dismiss it the first time I see it reported, and then it blows up in the press, and then later on I'm like, I'm an idiot. I should have realized that was going to be an important story, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is one where I'm like, this is so not an important story, quote unquote, and I am just depressed by how ridiculously out of proportionately large it has become. Not that hacking isn't an important story, and if this was just like, here's another example of why you need to protect your data, watch out for companies in the cloud, make sure that you're following good security practices, that'd be fine with that. But it's become, oh my gosh, a nude celebrity, now we have to do something about the internet.
Yeah. Whereas the same, like that huge Home Depot story broke
Yes.
in the middle of it, and I feel like nobody who's being so loud and
Yes.
raging on Twitter even knows about it.
Yeah, the Home Depot or the Target story from last year. I mean, and I don't think we need to panic about those either. Like, those are stories where it's like, yes, this is just another point to say, like, we really need to harden our infrastructure. We need to get better security practices. Come on, people, take this seriously.
Yeah.
But it's not the end of the world.
Sure.
And these are, like, even less so. Like, granted, if I'm Jennifer Lawrence, I think this is a pretty bad deal.
Yeah.
No debate there.
Sure.
But the reaction to it, and somebody on Twitter very rightly pointed out, like, well, if this is what it takes to get people to pay attention to security, then maybe that's a good thing. And they're right.
Sure. Well, part of the problem, don't you think? I mean, this is just me. I'm armchair sociology guy right now. Okay. Because I really am no
Me too.
expert.
We should give ourselves a degree in armchair.
We really should do that. Brian, you write those up. We'll deliver them.
Sure, no
Everything will be
problem.
fine.
I'll get your diplomas right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I would say is kind of happening, if I was to guess, and again, not an educated guess, but a guess nonetheless, is that the reason this is being run with in a bigger way is because there are some sort of social and so
cues,
and some just kind of social justice tied to this that bring up bigger, broader issues. That
it comes
really
on the heels of Sarkeesian and stuff. You're right.
Sure,
yeah.
and has less to do with the security of any of it. I mean, for some people, this whole story is just an excuse to be an Android fanboy and bash on Apple, even though it turns out it looks like it wasn't their systems. It was just some good old-fashioned phishing going on, right?
Yeah. Well, there was a brute force attack vulnerability that people haven't decided whether they believe was connected to this or not, where you didn't time out. You could just keep battering away with passwords. Apple certainly wasn't the only company that had that problem. There are plenty of companies that still have that problem, and they changed it. So, to me, it's like, they shouldn't have had it that way, but
just an excuse to create a brand war is annoying to me, though.
Yeah.
But
although you're right. I don't mean to interrupt you, but perfect storm, right?
Yeah.
Celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
Celebrity nudes. Android Apple fanboyism.
Yeah.
Security hack. Like, it's everything we want in a BuzzFeed headline and more.
Right. It really is. I mean, and then now you can make a list out of it. You can do a quiz. I mean, there's a million things you can do with it. But I just feel like the broader issue of what is, basically what these things are. It's almost like, okay, here's just a little worm on a hook, and we're just waiting for some idiot at Fox News or somebody somewhere to say something that now makes them look like bigots or misogynists or something else about, well, women shouldn't take these photos. And then the whole argument becomes about something that has nothing to do with the security anymore. I think that's why this thing's got fire all over it. I don't think it has anything to do with the security, because if it did, the Target thing and the Home Depot thing would be a much bigger deal.
Yeah, I think the trickiest part for me in this whole discussion, this national discussion, where, in a world where Ukraine is falling apart and an Islamic caliphate is being declared, we're worried about celebrity nudes. But I think the difficult thing here is, where is the right line to be angry at a company for their practices, right? To me, and most of the people in the Frog Pants audience, I assume, we're computer literate enough to understand that, yes, I need to choose a very complex password. I need to be careful what I store in the cloud. My backups will have photos that I think I deleted because I haven't deleted the backups. I think that's what happened to a couple people there. So we get it, and we look at it as like, oh, yeah, that sucks. Whereas there are other people who say, what? This is how this works? That's awful. We need to, we should sue companies. Companies shouldn't be allowed to operate this way. And I get why they feel that, because they didn't understand that, oh my God, it's been going that way for 20 years. In fact, it's a lot better now than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, I like as always, I always mention this, I like Tom's measured approach to things. And it's not that these issues aren't important, like, why would this, why is some guy celebrating that these photos were leaked when really it's tantamount to peeping Tomism? And sorry, Tom, not to invoke your name in a negative way.
I prefer voyeurism.
Sorry, let's get that. If we could just eliminate peeping
Tom is my words, guys.
You can't use that.
Right, and you should be able to do it when and how you want. Like that photo of Kim and Nicole flipping off the camera and you glancing at them. That's I would call it a peeping Tom.
I didn't realize I was in the field of view. I was watching them. I knew they were going to do it. I was watching them. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I can't wait for Daryl to see that. What the reaction is going to be. I didn't realize it was going to be.
It is one of my favorite photobombs of all time, and that just happened this last weekend. So congratulations, it's on the list. Anyway, all this stuff aside, is there anything else in tech that is not drenched in overreaction and dread?
We have IFA going on in Berlin.
IFA?
Yeah, this is an old-time radio convention from way back. They used to get together and like sell antennas to each other. And then they've branched out into all kinds of things. Like, it's even more than CES. They have refrigerators and dishwashers and, all the white goods is what they call that. But they've really been getting the tech companies to come make big announcements over the last few years. And Samsung and Sony had two big announcements this morning. Sony's pretty pedestrian, some new Xperias, a Z3, a Z3 Mini, a Z3 tablet, and a Gear. Sorry, Sony. Screwed you up with Samsung.
Yes, you did.
Smartwatch 3, which the nifty thing there is it has GPS and 4 gigabytes built in, so you don't have to carry your phone for it to track when you run.
Do you have a take on this Oculus deal?
I was going to say that's the big one. That's what's turning everyone's heads, because you wear it on your head.
It looks a lot like Morpheus, I thought. Didn't you think?
Yeah, it's cool. They allied with Oculus, so this is an actual joint venture between Samsung and Oculus. It's called the Gear VR. It's a little bit like that Google Cardboard thing in that you have to put a Note 4 in it. And right now it only works with the Note 4, which is their new Note.
Yeah.
But it has a little more hardware. It has some sensors in it, an accelerometer and a gyroscope. Has some focusing lenses in it. So it's a little more than the Cardboard. You can actually, strap it onto your head. You can adjust the focus so you can see it well. And the accelerometers can actually work with the software to track your movements. It doesn't do depth sensing, so it's not going to totally follow you. But they have some movies and some games that they're demonstrating now, and they're pitching it a little bit like a personal theater, because you get a 96-degree viewing angle. So it's like, being a couple meters away from a 175-inch screen.
It's interesting. I feel like it's not so much that they couldn't have done this tech without Oculus. I think it's more like we're tying our name to the Oculus name, to that gives them some credibility with this thing. And I'm sure it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad, but doesn't it feel more like a name drop than it does an actual collaboration?
Not to me. To me, this feels like a real collaboration because they actually got Carmack to come help him with the announcement. And the way he talked about it sounded like he worked on it. I think it was Samsung saying, we've got the parts. We know how these could all fit together to make this, but you guys have made all the mistakes.
Yeah.
So help us out here. Tell us what mistakes to avoid to make this work.
Yeah.
And Oculus then is not seen as a competitor. And people aren't out there going like, yeah, Samsung came up with some crappy headgear. It's not nearly as good as the Oculus. People are looking at it as, ooh, this is kind of like Oculus Lite. This is a stepping stone to it.
Sure. I wonder if, well, I don't think they ever would, but there's no reason Apple couldn't do a deal like this with Oculus and come up with a way to have a headset that would actually be a little bit more broader appeal, because you don't have to have a very specific phone model to make it work, or potentially you wouldn't. Let's say
I'm sure Apple could cooperate where Oculus could make one, but Apple would either want to make it entirely themselves or license Oculus as a third party accessory maker.
Sure.
That seems to be the way Apple does.
It'd be like Belkin or anybody else, except obviously a bigger scale project.
Because don't forget, Samsung has a foundry. Samsung makes chips. So Samsung's a little more involved in the we make it ourselves end of things sometimes. I think that's why this ends up being Samsung's putting it out with Oculus name on it.
I'm going to give you a quick mini review that is absolutely worthless to anyone who hears this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. I went to a Costco last weekend while you guys were hamming it up.
Sorry.
Right. Brand new Costco just opened here, so we thought, let's go check it out and see what's what. So we go in there, and I always go to the TV area because I want to see what prices are like and how the TVs are looking, and I'm interested in watching how 4K evolves and just kind of that whole thing. I always do. It's the first place I go. So I go over there, and they've got one of these big 70-inch curved Samsung screens. And it's the first time I've seen the curved ones. And I thought, ooh, curved, that seems rad. Like, I don't know why that seems cool, but I totally want to see what the advantages are. And I got on there and I stood in front of it for a while and I went, I don't understand why this needs to be curved at all. In fact, it's kind of distracting that it's curved. It didn't do anything for the experience for me at all. Do you know why those exist and why people want a curved TV? Am I missing something?
No one wants a curved TV except Samsung.
I guess
because they figured out how to curve glass.
Is that, like, that's what it feels like. It's like a bragging
this
point.
Might sell a few more TVs. Theoretically, it's but you get a better viewing angle because you can sit farther to the side, and I think there's some truth to that. But yeah, I don't. Maybe a little bit above 3D TV. In the desirability, because you might just want something that looks kind of cool, and maybe you've got a really huge family. The Peraltas might need the curved TV to get everyone gathered around.
They might need a couple in 2 rooms, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It seems fairly gimmicky to me. Although you know what they're because curve is the new thing, right? That's the other thing that came out today was the Samsung Note Edge, which curves the screen along the side of the phone. That seems like they're actually making a good use of, because they're putting notifications in there. They put a little taskbar in there. You could actually be watching a movie, and if you need to, and some people scoff at this, but your like Twitter notifications and things could come up and you could dismiss them, or maybe an important appointment, like, oh, I got to stop the movie now, comes up without going over the top of the screen.
Well, it's interesting stuff. I hope Samsung does well with whatever they got going. It is a nice design choice. I keep hoping the new iPhone is going to be this kind of wraparound glass we keep hearing about. I don't know if that's probably not going to happen.
Not.
But I still like the design aesthetic of that. I'm not sure I like the breakability of it, or there's other issues with usability, but I always like the idea that there's no end to your glass. In fact, there's a screen all the way around the damn thing. That's a cool idea, but it might be a little too science fiction for what's practical. Tom Merritt, always a pleasure. You go out of town soon. When do you leave?
Tomorrow.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, so tomorrow's Daily Tech News Show will be early, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, with Justin Robert Young, so that I can get out of here. And then a week of all-stars, including one Scott Johnson and one Brian Ibbett.
Yes.
Thanks, you guys.
So excited.
Yes. On the day before the Apple announcement.
That's right. But I think I'm on that next day too, and I think it's
you and
Veronica
Ibbett are the day before,
somebody.
and then you and Veronica are the day of the announcement.
Yeah. So I'm excited and really nervous about that idea, because I'm excited because it's always fun to hang out with V, but I'm nervous because that's a big day. Yeah, I don't want to ruin your show.
You can't ruin it. I mean, all you got to do is go get on there and go like, Well, now I'm not surprised we didn't hear the 5.5-inch announced, but this new bigger screen is as expected, and I am really excited to see that the sapphire glass that they predicted really did turn out to be in there, and that's interesting. And wow, so 2 weeks for a pre-order, and you already can write the notes right now.
Right, exactly.
You're right. I think I just wrote it down. In fact, I think you just revealed how Tom does it. He just revealed his secret. No, that's all very exciting, and I'm stoked for your trip to Italy with your wife. I think that sounds like fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and Jeannie says, glad you're finally making it there. I remember at a Buzz Out Loud 1000th episode party, walking Jeannie back to her hotel and telling her, like, I want to surprise Eileen with a trip to Italy this year. And it didn't happen. So it's been a long time in the works to get there. I'm pretty excited.
Well, that's awesome. Get lots of pictures, lots of selfies,
lots of pasta,
double or two-step authentication on all your photos, and and we'll be all set.
I just post my nudes in publicly. So
Tom's got a page dedicated to it.
Yeah, hide them in plain sight, right?
Yeah, tommerritt.com/nude, and check it out. Go there today. Go there today. The new podcast accompanying it will be out when he gets home from his vacation. It's Tom Merritt, Ace Detect on Twitter, tommerritt.com, everywhere else all the time. Tom Merritt, thanks so much.
Oh, yes. And Patrick Beja joined my show, right?
I did. So I heard about this. That's very exciting on a couple of levels. There are things about...
Sure the Frog Pants folks heard this.
Yeah. Once a week, and where necessary, I guess, Patrick will be involved in DTNS, which is awesome.
I think it's going to be Wednesdays, but I didn't want to say on the show because I don't know if we've totally nailed it down. But yeah, pretty much every week, Mr. Beja checking in from France.
I wish I could say more things about Patrick things coming up, but I can't. I'm not allowed to yet.
He's got a lot of irons and a lot of fires.
A lot of very exciting things, and some of it has direct impact on listeners of Frog Pants shows. So that's all I'll tease you with for now. But yes,
there
DTNS,
is more
amazing.
Of La Beja coming your way.
There's plenty of him to spread on that baguette, if you know what I'm getting at. Tom Merritt, safe trip, have fun. We'll talk to you soon. See you, dude.
Bye.
All right. Patrick Beja, all up in the hizzy.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I wish I could say some stuff. I'm not allowed yet. I don't know why I'm not allowed, but Tom, I don't know why DTNS is allowed to announce that, but I can't announce mine. Damn it, Patrick. Give me some love. All right, couple of quick emails. They're brought to you by
Eating Too Fast. Turns out that's Scott's new kryptonite.
Yeah, I gotta eat slower and less.
Eat too fast.
Eat too fast.
Eat too fast.
Scott and Brian says Hoth Ordain in AIE. I believe it is. This is Andrew, an Illinois cop, and I think he's the one that was talking to you earlier. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He says
yeah, probably.
Was it the same guy? Okay. Andrew says, I'm a police officer in Illinois. I hate writing speeding tickets because the minimum fine in Illinois is now $120. As much as I like to avoid giving tickets, it's part of my job. I really appreciate your attitude of acknowledging that you were speeding and taking the hit. Almost everyone I stop for speeding proceeds to mouth off and blatantly lie about their speed, but I digress. I could never do that. Even if I thought I was in the right, I'd wait for court to dispute it, and I would be respectful. I must have been raised funny. I cannot be a dick in public. It's not in me.
Of course.
I can't even fool you, Brian. If I was supposed to be doing a trick to you on April 1st, here's how this would go. I'd go, hey, Brian, your hair's on fire. I'm just kidding. That would be...
you wouldn't even get it out.
I don't have it in me.
Before you,
I don't have it in me. I just can't do it. So for me to be rude to a cop, even if he was totally in the wrong, it's not in me to do it. Anyway... And it's not bragging. I actually think it's a problem for me sometimes. I
don't think it's a problem. I mean, you see it as a problem of like maybe not being
assertive enough.
But I think it's a matter. You attract good people when you do that. When you.
Yeah, I take it all out on the goose. He's
there.
Funny.
You go. Exactly.
And Twitter stuff. Mendoza. Damn it.
Goosedoza.
We gotta get Mendoza. All right, so he says, advice on receiving the ticket. Based on my experience in Illinois, it's most likely not different elsewhere. If you pay the ticket, you can usually apply for court supervision and have the ticket expunged from your record after a certain amount of time. If you do go to court and hope the officer doesn't show up, you can go three ways. One, the officer could show up and the judge could find you guilty based on his testimony. If found guilty, court fees for you showing up to court would increase, and you'd end up paying $300 or more. That's a big risk. So option number two, the officer could not show up and the judge will ask you if you were speeding. If you tell the truth, he will still find you guilty and again $300. See, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, of course not. I wasn't speeding. I don't care what the machine says.
I'm not able to do that. Yeah, the officer could not show up, and you might get the ticket thrown out as option 3. But he believes, and many other cops who got me on Twitter are all saying the same thing, that you can't just show up and say I didn't do it and just walk away. It's usually more complicated.
Sure.
The problem with hoping the officer doesn't show up is this. He says, I get paid to go into the court office on my off days. It's always time and a half overtime pay, and I get a minimum of 3 hours pay for just showing up. That's at least $150 for me just to show up in a uniform and say you were speeding. I know I'm beginning to write a book here, but I recommend paying the ticket. If you don't argue, or if you do argue in court, I'd bring a lawyer because most judges won't think twice to convict in traffic court without one. Andrew in Illinois. I think
that's a good point.
This is all really sound advice. I'm just going to eat the ticket.
Yeah.
Who ate the ticket? All right. Reminds me, you know what that is? That's my airport. You used to have a voice when you'd go park that would go, please take the ticket. And now anytime I hear the word ticket, I hear that phrase in my head. It's kind of like funny. You going, well, we'll take the ticket.
Right, exactly. Or why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to do?
All right. Next up is an email from, let's skip down here. That guy's in our guild. That's awesome. I like having cops in our guild. Makes you feel safe.
Yeah.
Dear Sausage and Beans, this from John C. in Austin, Texas. I don't think it's John C. Riley, but John C. nonetheless. Dear Sausage and Beans. You're the farty one.
Great.
My
sausage can do that too.
Yeah, sure. Can mess me up even worse. My wife and I recently made a long driving trip from Anchorage, Alaska to Austin, Texas. Since the morning stream is my favorite podcast show, I decided to download a bunch of old episodes to keep our spirits high during the grueling drudgery. As you guys made the long, lonely days bearable with the clips of the bungling but lovable Packlids from Star Trek. Now here comes the best part. During one of those quiet late-night stops, my wife and I looked up at the star-filled night sky and started talking about real aliens and possible abductions. A little weird conversation to be sure, but hey, we were pretty tired. After joking for a few minutes, we suddenly had a realization that that we felt had to be passed on to our fellow tadpoolers. Maybe to all the Greys and other aliens out there, we are the Packlids.
Oh my God. So
we're the dumb ones.
Right. We're the ones that they don't want to blow the prime directive on by coming down to our planet and saying, oh my God, these guys.
Yeah.
Like how many hundreds of years they've been working on this crap and they still haven't figured it out.
He says this. He says maybe they are so technically advanced that they see our space stations, space shuttles, rockets, and satellites as nothing but silly toys from a silly talking species. We want so badly to get into space, but have no real idea what we're doing compared to the rest of the galaxy. Plus the fact that our young species has a constant need to find things that make us go. Anyway, we're sure this is probably old news to you guys, but we couldn't help passing on our little insight of the Frog Pants Network. Thanks for making those days fun and enlightening. Grow the fro, bro, John C. That is a really awesome idea. Because the Packlids don't know how dumb they are.
Right.
They just know they're Packlids.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
Maslow's, what is it? Maslow's 4 states of knowledge, unconscious incompetent.
Yeah.
Is basically it.
Yep. That's amazing. I love it.
Oh boy.
I love it. That's the same idea as like, do ants really know what I am when I step on them? They don't know.
No.
They have
And
no
if they're,
idea.
oh my God, and if these aliens are watching YouTube and they're seeing the do dogs have brains girl, they must think we're all morons.
Right. Especially when she says, because I really wanted to know. Which makes no sense.
Right.
That's it for today's show, everybody. Thanks for those emails. You can send them to themorningstream@gmail.com, and I recommend you do. Live show happens every morning at 8 a.m. Tomorrow twice, one at 8 a.m. and one at 5:30 p.m. at frogpants.com/live. Those are mountain time zones. TMS music can be sent to tiny.cc/TMS requests. If you have a request for Brian, that's where you send it.
That's right.
Yeah. Sponsor stuff, all kinds of other things found at frogpants.com/TMS. And you can find us on Twitter at MorningStream, at Scott Johnson, at Coverville. Woo! Is there a Coverville today? What's the plan?
There will be a Coverville today. Still working out the details, but some of the artists I'm looking at potentially having on there are the Cranberries and the Cardigans, because both Nina Persson and Dolores O'Riordan are having milestone birthdays this week, as well as Bananarama because of Shaban Fahey's birthday. So, and Pink is having a birthday. There's a lot of potential for this week.
Well, that's good. That's what you want, is potential.
Yeah,
I feel like the potential is often reached when it comes to Coverville, the venerable podcast of 10
Jiminy
years.
Christmas. Thank you for that.
Nearly 10 years, right? Or over?
Yeah.
Now? Is it over or nearly?
It's almost 10 years. September 28th will be the 10-year anniversary, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing for that.
Let me tell you something that's
Sadly.
interesting about that. You started this podcast, the Coverville podcast.
Yeah.
Just before the release of World of Warcraft. That didn't exist when you started.
And how many million subscribers do they have? Great.
Well,
Thank you for that.
You know, it's true.
Thank you for that realization.
But you got World of Warcraft, that game. Then before that, right before that, you beat the original Nintendo DS, the gray, ugly, clunky one.
Oh, wow.
Think about that, dude.
Wow. I remember having one of those too I played Advance Wars on it all the time.
I had it as well.
A little square jobber.
Oh my gosh, Advance Wars is so good.
So
that
good.
wasn't the square one. We're talking the DS, the wide one.
The big, gotcha, right.
Yeah, that was that year, 2014.
Sloped edges, yeah.
2014 was a big year, man. All right, that's it. Let's get the hell out of here. You have music to play?
Oh, gosh, I didn't
Oh,
play
wait,
anything.
before you do, though. Hold on,
yeah.
before you do. Hold on, here we go.
The perfect consistency for soda crackers.
Okay, all right.
A machine then extrudes the mass of dough into a sheet that's 5 centimeters thick and folds the sheet over itself 3 times.
All right, that's important to know. Okay, thus endeth.
I hear you can't fold it more than 3 times, then. So impossibility of physics.
It'll take you to the moon if you could or whatever. Isn't that the deal?
You fold crackers in half.
My kids don't believe me when I tell them that.
Right.
Anyway, continue
All
on.
right.
Yes.
Yes. So Meg wrote in, said, "Hey, Scott and Brian, I emailed you back in May for a Hall & Oates cover request for my 26th birthday. Love the song choice and I appreciate it so much. Thanks. I'm emailing again because I really need to dedicate a song to my wonderful fiance, Jason. On June 19th, I found out that I have a severely herniated disc in my lower back, which has been causing a lot of searing pain in my back and legs. Between the pain, the doctor and ER visits, and missing work, we sadly had to miss coming to Nerdtacular this year. I was really looking forward to attending, but I knew he was geeking out way more. So I want to dedicate a song to him. I'm finally having surgery on the disc this Thursday, September 4th. That's tomorrow. And I want to thank him for being a huge help with taking care of me these past few months. And I need to say thank you for loving me enough to put my health before his nerdgasms.
Wow.
I finally found a keeper, and I'm so grateful he's my teammate during this.
Wow.
There's no song choice in particular I'd like to dedicate, so anything you think either fits the situation or is just wicked fun would be great. Thanks, Brian. Just no country songs because he'll probably take the engagement ring back and leave me at a hospital with a "she's your problem now, suckers" note. Thank you so much, Jason. Love you. Lick the hobo, Meg.
Wow.
Also, P.S. totally wrote this email hopped up on any meds, so I proofread it the best I could. Sorry for anything messed up, but consider yourself drug emailed.
Wow.
All right. So I have a folder as I'm listening to just random covers, just shuffle in my cover library. I have a folder called Uplifting Covers, and I figured this was a good day to pull something out for that one. In there is a great cover of a song that you may remember from the Flintstones. There was an episode where Pebbles and Bam Bam were entered into some sort of singing contest, and this was the song they sang. Do you remember that?
I don't
episode
remember this at all. No.
Yeah. Well,
do
the
you
song
remember
is
it?
Called barely.
Okay.
Barely. I can remember their little heads bobbing back and forth, and I'm sure I can find the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
The song is called "Open Up Your Heart and Let the Sun Shine In." It is performed by the Clumsy Lovers on their album Barn Burner. This fits right in with the Such Great Heights cover we played earlier as far as a style. So here you go. "Open Up Your Heart and Let the Sun Shine In" by the Clumsy Lovers.
Sounds good. We'll be back tomorrow with Therapy Thursday and a PM edition of the show as well. Possible Chinbeard will be here for that one. I know he'll be here. There's I don't know whether he wants to be on.
He'll be in
the
Utah, right?
I assume he'll want to be on, so we'll wire up a mic and hopefully Daryl will eat a bunch of soda crackers. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, it didn't play. Why? Here we go.
Aw.